Introduction to climate. What is climate? You have reviewed a number of different components critical in agriculture. These all impact and/or are impacted by climate. Climate is the overall weather condition across a long period of time. The image below shows basic climate zones. Based on your previous experiences in and out of your agricultural course, which factors would you deem to make up climate? Discuss. Climatic factors. There are many factors that influence climate. These factors are not entirely separate, but each should also be understood on its own. You can see some of those factors in the diagram below. Factors include, but are not limited to, temperature, humidity, precipitation, winds, ocean currents, solar radiation, topography, latitude, elevation, and human activities. You can remember some of the most important factors that impact climate by using the acronym LOWERN, L-O-W-E-R-N. These concepts will be reviewed on the following slides: latitude, ocean currents, wind and air, relief, and nearness to water. Latitude. Latitude. How close or far is the location to the equator? A place's latitude changes the length of the seasons, number of hours, and concentration of sunlight at that location. Some of the Earth's most significant latitudes are shown below. The Tropic of Cancer and equator impact the climate of West Africa. Ocean currents. Ocean currents, or underwater rivers, move water through the oceans. Warm ocean currents warm the air above it, bringing warmth to the land near the ocean, known as the coast. Cold ocean currents cool the air above it, cooling the coast. Ocean currents are one of the reasons why coasts generally have a consistent temperature. In the figure at the right, red currents are warm, while blue are cold. Wind and air masses. Air masses absorb the climate of the air below it and create wind. Heated ground causes the air above it to warm. Since warm air rises, there is lower air pressure closer to the ground. The warm air cools as it moves away from its source of heat, the heated ground. As it cools, it descends to the ground, creating high air pressure. This movement repeats, creating wind as shown in the diagram below. Therefore, air impacts and is also impacted by climate. Relief. This element of climate refers to topography, the physical features of an area. Inland elevation impacts precipitation, as you learned earlier in your agriculture course. A diagram at the right should refresh your memory of how elevation can impact the water cycle and climate. Nearness to water. Large bodies of water such as oceans, seas, or lakes impact temperature. Water changes temperature more slowly than land. This impacts the air temperatures, which then affect the climate. The diagram below illustrates this point. Remembering climatic factors. You can also remember these factors using climates as an acronym. Currents, for ocean currents. Latitude, higher degrees of latitude mean lower temperatures. Inland, distance to ocean or another large body of water. Mountains, distance to higher elevation. Altitude, higher altitude means lower temperatures. Temperature, elevation, topography, as the distance above sea level increases, the temperature decreases, and seasons.